of a weird one over in League 2 as both COVID and the FA Cup cause havoc with the fixture list. But there are games to be predicted, and we're going to have a go at them next. Back once again on the prediction show today. We take a look at match day number, I think it is 23 out in League 2, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, stop what you're doing, swallow what you're doing, and smash that subscribe. Keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, League 2 related, football we're going to here on the Warooski, of course. That's right, of course. Yes, of course. Games coming thick and fast across the championship, or not, my state champion, across the division out in League 2, including games on Tuesday the 5th. So make sure you get in there nice and early with your picks, of course, to make sure you get full points. Of course, I want to big shout out to the patrons right here, right now, supporting the channel behind the bloody scenes. You know who you are. Yes, you do. Big shout out to John Spurn, James Kingborough, aka LG and Cal, Russell Frost, Joker Jacobson. Of course, we've got Daniel Mellor, Banker Muller, William, aka the Shepherdmeister, Ultra Nathan Eva, Chris Wilson, Jack Holmes, Olaji Ojo, Max Sangarvi, Shane O'Donnell, Ardman Sochi, Miles Austin, Jan Humphrey, Stephen McNeil, Tom Stainer, the D-Man, Blue Orbit, of course, kicking ass and getting us over the line, of course, on New Year's bloody Eve. So big shout out to those guys supporting the channel here behind the scenes. If you're interested to become the latest member of the gang, check out the links down below, patreon.com/Roverseas. Do appreciate the support, guys. Really, really do. So let's kick it on forward. Of course, take a look at how we all got on last time around, of course, and of course, bring you bang up to date with what's been going on, of course, with the election league. So let's get into it, of course. So kick it off forward. Let's take a look at it then. Barrow took on Exeter City, and well, it didn't go ahead. Of course, COVID or whatever caused problems in that one. I'll show you the 2-0 for Exeter City, but we'll have to wait and see. Bradford against Morecambe ended up as a 1-0 win in my eyes. Again, we have to wait and see on that bad boy. We've got Colchester against Tranmere. Also didn't go ahead. I went with a 2-1 win for Colchester. Harrogate did play Cheltenham, I believe. Did they? Nope, they didn't. I went with a 2-0 for Cheltenham again. Just have to wait and see. Newport County, they didn't play either, so we have to wait and see on that one. I went with a 3-0 for Newport County. Bolton against Crawley did go ahead, and it was a win for Crawley. Goodness gracious me, at whatever they call it these days. George Frankham on the score sheet for Crawley. Reece Greenidge himself sent off for Bolton. Actually went with a 3-1 win for Bolton. Shame on me. Stevenage smashed Scunthorpe, 3-1 win in the end for them. Actually went with a 1-0 win for Scunthorpe. Not good. Not good indeed. Goals, Charlie Carter with a couple of goals there. Armidi Ote on the score sheet for Stevenage. Stephen Green on the score sheet for Scunthorpe as they lost. Walsall, though, they also lost to Carlisle. Big result for Carlisle in the end as they go top of the pops. O'Malley Patrick, Joshua Coyote on the score sheet for Carlisle as they dream of League One football at long last. 2-1 win for Carlisle was Marpick. 2-0 win was the final score. Forest Green Rovers and Vegans against Oldham. We'll have to wait and see on that one. Actually went with the Vegans on this one. Grimsby against Cambridge, though, ended up as a 2-1 win for Cambridge. I got it on bang on the nose, lads. Bang on the bloody nose. No more Holloway. Don't give a shit about you now. Elliot Hewitt going down with the goal for Grimsby. Adam May. Paul Mullen on the score sheet for Cambridge. He's scoring goals for fun. Leighton Orient against Salford. That ended up as a 1-0 win. Is that right? 1-0 win for Leighton Orient. Yes, indeed. I went with the 2-1 win myself. Danny Johnson on the score sheet for Leighton Orient, giving them the 3 points at Brisbane Road. And Mansfield Town did beat Port Vale. I think it was a 4-0 win, wasn't it, in the end? Goodness gracious me. Goal scores on the day. Ollie Clark, Jordan Barry, the couple of goals there. He actually got a hat-trick as well. Leon Legg got himself sent off for Port Vale to make matters worse. I got myself 4 out of 6. Not too shabby, boys. Not too shabby indeed. So let's take a closer look at how you guys got on in just a second. But before then, let's take a look at the table as it stands. Here we go. Of course, Carlisle leading the charge at the moment, 39 points on the board. Newport County second with the game in hand. Of course, Forest Green Rovers, the Vegans up to third. Southend, Grimsby going down as it stands. Cheltenham, Cambridge, Crawley and Morecambe are in the playoffs right here, right now, of course. But of course, what we really want to know is what's gone on in the prediction league. It's been a couple of days now, a couple of games as well, of course, to bring you back up to date with what's been going on in the past. So without further ado, here we go. So let's kick it all back now to Boxing Day fixtures of game week 20. Take a look at how you all got on then, shall we? Of course, recap of the scorelines just in case you missed it. So Cambridge did beat Leighton Orient 2-1. Scunthorpe did lose to Mansfield 3-2. Exeter City and the Vegans drew 1-1. Southend did beat Colchester 2-0. Roots Hall, of course, the big game, or the all eyes are on this one. Carlisle against Bolton ended up 6-3 in the end. Cheltenham 1-0, 1-1 against Stevenage. Salford 2-0 winners over Walsall. Morecambe continue to do what they do in the 3-1 win over Grimsby. Crawley and Newport County, of course, leaders at the time of the draw. Port Vale lost to Barrow. Of course, Oldham lost to Harrogate. Of course, Tranmere also lost to Bradford. Of course, new manager bounce over there. Kicking on forward then, let's take a look at the criteria. Not 2 in the shit-face game, 3 to 7, straight-face club, and 8+ top wins. Now, these scorelines or the green criteria will change as we go through the remaining fixtures here, because, of course, the next round of matches on 21st, there was a limited number, and again, same could be said for the 20th. Second. So okay, here we go. Tom Steiner, you did all right, brother. Well done indeed. Gaming Charlie, not too shabby as well. I'll give you a free clap there. Of course, okay, not too shabby as well. Actually did shit. Well done to you. Well done to you indeed. Gaming Gold, Jamie Gold did okay. Olaji Ojo, not too shabby as well. Nathan Eva did bits. Well done, well done. The D-Man also did good as well. Omar Esquivel, the Mexican sniper, also did very, very well indeed. Simples, 1976, not too shabby. Ollie Hambling did okay. Ollie, what's his name? Humbug. Ollie Humbug did shite. Joachim Jackson also did poop, but it's okay. Yannick Buster did bits. Alex Miller did shocking. Russell Frost, well done for you. Shepard also did very, very well. Ivan Stringer did good. Meanwhile, take a look at the table for this week. Nathan Eva, shut your bloody eyes, mate. Don't want to look at it. Don't want to look at it. But meanwhile, Ultra Mirror kicking ass with, of course, Kingpin for this week and this week alone. Gaming Charlie, Simples 976, Yannick Buster also in the top 5 alongside the rest of the chasing pack there. Omar Esquivel, Olaji Ojo, Shepard also in the top 5, of course. But that doesn't affect the leaderboard completely. Let's take a look at the next round of matches, which is, of course, game week 21. Of course, kicking all off with Stevenage. They did beat Cambridge 1-0. Of course, the Vegans did lose to Crawley 2-1 at home. Walsall lost also at home to Scunthorpe. Later on, picking up a 2-0 win over Brisbane Road over Southend. Grimsby and Oldham ended up 0-0. Bradford also 0-0 against Port Vale. Barrow also with a draw against Tranmere. And Colchester also with a draw with Cheltenham. A lot of draws knocking around there. Of course, let's take a look at the criteria. As you can see, not 2 shit-face games, 3 to 5 straight-face club, 6+ you're in the top bins. Take a look at it then, shall we? Olaji Ojo did shit. Jamie Charlie, not too shit also. Ollie Hamburg also did shite. Russell Frost, shite. Nathan Eva also did shite. Okay, you did shite. Yannick Buster, not too shabby. Ultra O'Meara did shite. Of course, Joachim Jackson did shite. The D-Man also did shite. Alex Weller did okay. Esquivel, not too shabby. Of course, Snappy Crook did shite. Richard Dawson did okay. Tom Steiner also did shite. Of course, take a look at this one then. Look at this. Shambles. If your name is the Nathan Eva, okay. Ali Hamblin, Tom Steiner, Ultra O'Meara, and Snappy Crook. Don't even look at it. Alex Weller, though. Esquivel and Yannick Buster kicking ass with 3 out of whatever we got in that last one. Of course, then to game week 22, these current ones that we're talking about right here, right now. Later on, just a recap of what we've already talked about. Later on, 1-0 winners over Salford. Of course, Crawley did beat Bolton 1-0 at wherever they call it these days. Cambridge beat 2-1 win over Grimsby. Of course, Stevenage 3-1 winners over Scunthorpe. The Vegans drew with Oldham. Carlisle beat Walsall away days, and of course, Mansfield did beat Port Vale 4-0. This is the criteria not to win the shit-face game. 2 to 4 straight-face club, 5+. You're in the top bins. Have a little look at it then, shall we? Tom Steiner, well done to you. Alex Weller also did good. Cambridge Charlie, not too shabby. Yannick Buster did bits. Olaji Ojo, not too shabby. Of course, IDK did all right. Shepard also did good. Esquivel also did very, very good. Russell Frost did good as well. The D-Man, of course, as you can see, all bouncing back. All you guys doing good. Ultra O'Meara, not too shabby. Did okay. Ollie Hambling also did good. And Joachim Jackson also did very, very good. Much better than that previous one with, of course, all the red faces knocking about. Of course, this is the situation out of the table as it stands. Yannick Buster, Ultra O'Meara, Ollie Hambling, okay. Joachim Jackson, Game Shot. Close your eyes, mate. But Alex Weller, Russell Frost, the D-Man, open them up because you are your kingpins for this week. But what has all that done, these past 3 match days, done to the overall leaderboard? Let's take a little look at it then, shall we? Of course, ignore my scores. I really need to get my scores up there. But of course, your kingpin right now is Russell Frost with a 53% success rate. Gaming Charlie's up there with 52. And Omar Esquivel, the Mexican sniper, in 3rd. Joachim Jackson 4th. And OK is in 5th spot. It is tight. Very, very tight. Just a couple of percentage points between 1st and 3rd. But of course, it is still wide open. Of course, we've just breaking the back of the season. Only halfway done. But of course, there's plenty more games to kick on forward, including these ones, of course, with a bit of a Brucey bonus here. Now, this is the supposed fixture list, but a lot of these games are not going to go ahead, or in fact, they're actually going to go ahead into next week, it looks like. We'll have to see about all this. So let's take a look at it then. This is going to be messy. It's going to be Lionel Messi. Let's take a look at this one then, shall we? Kick it on off with Mansfield up against Salford. Of course, played each other in the past just the one time, according to my knowledge, and it's been a 1 win for Salford on this one, I believe, over Mansfield, and that was in Mansfield back in of course, October 2019. 2-1 win for Salford. Of course, this match takes place on Tuesday the 5th for Jazz. Getting nice and early for this one. Jake Jervis on Squishy, Adam Rooney as well. Nicky Maynard on Squishy for Mansfield. Heading into this, just 1 defeat the past 5 for Salford. That was against Leighton Orient the other day. Meanwhile, just 1 defeat the past 6 for Mansfield. That was against Carlisle, and all the way through the midway through the month of December, as they lost to Carlisle. Quick look at the bookies odds on this one then, shall we? 6-4 for Mansfield, 11-5 is your draw, 2-1 is your Salford on this one. Salford coming to this in 8th spot at the moment. With them, they could actually go as high as 4th in the table. Mansfield are actually in 19th spot. And with them, they could actually go as high as 15th in the bloody league. I like Mansfield. They're starting to climb the table, but I think they'll only get a point out of this one with a 1-1 draw. All eyes on it, of course, on Tuesday. Get in nice and early for this one. Now, again, a whole bunch of these fixtures, I don't know where they are or what we stand with these. And again, FA Cup causing problems, COVID causing problems. But we're going to kick it on off with Cambridge up against Harrogate. I think this game will go ahead and play each other in the past. Have they played each other in the past? They have not. According to my knowledge, they've not to play each other. So this will be a first for them. Of course, coming into this, of course, Harrogate winning 2 of the past 3 games, losing to Salford, though, back in the 19th of December. That was the last defeat. Meanwhile, 3 wins, 3 defeats for Cambridge heading into this. But they did start 2021 with a win over Grimsby with a 2-1 win just the other day. Look at the situation out of the bookies on this one then. How shall we? 55-4 for Cambridge. 11-5 is your draw. 25 is your Harrogate Town. On this one, Harrogate coming to this in 16th spot, but with them they could actually go as high as 13th. Cambridge coming to this in 5th, and with them they could go as high as 3rd in the table. That's right. That's back into the top 3. That's automatics, boys. I've gone with a win on this one for Cambridge. 2-0 win in the end to keep themselves believing that they could get out of this division this campaign. Next up we have Carlisle taking on Leyton Orient, of course. Now they've played each other in the past. Played each other 48 times. 20 wins for Carlisle, 50 wins for Leyton Orient, and 13 draws, of course. But the last 6 sees 2 wins for Carlisle, 1 for Leyton Orient, and 3 draws. Last time out, in fact, was a draw in Carlisle back in September 2016. Paul McCullum on the score, Harry Cornick, of course, now playing for Luton Town, I believe. Charlie Wyke and Danny Granger on the score sheet for Carlisle in a 2-2 draw. Of course, Carlisle coming to this just 1 defeat the past 6. That 1 defeat was against them Vegans, of course, in their Vegan Town. Of course, on the flip side, back-to-back wins for Leyton Orient against Southend, of course, Salford, of course, giving them the belief that they could actually also make the push into the playoffs, if not beyond. Carlisle 5-4 on for the W. 35 is your draw. 65 is your Leyton Orient. Leyton Orient coming to this in 9th spot, and for them they could go 4th in the table, whereas of course Carlisle are top. They are your leaders, and for them they could go 4 points clear at the top of the table. Goodness gracious me. I've gone with on this one. I think I've gone with Carlisle on this one. I like Leyton Orient, but I think Carlisle will nick this one with a 3-1 win in the bloody end. Port Vale up against Grimsby, of course, played each other in the past. How many times they played each other in the past? 62 times, 19 wins for Port Vale, 33 wins for Grimsby, and 10 draws. Of course, the last 6, these 5 wins for Grimsby, nothing for Port Vale, and 1 draw. Last time out in Port Vale was a 1-win for Grimsby back in on Boxing Day 2018. West Thomas on the score sheet, giving Grimsby the 3 points. Grimsby coming to this just 1 defeat, 1 win in the past 6. That 1 win was against Scunthorpe. That's probably a Holloway job, that one. On the flip side, Port Vale looking shit right now. I thought they would have it in their tank. 3 defeats in the past 4 games. Their only positive was a draw against Bradford at Valley Parade. Look at the situation out in the bookies on this one. We have even Stevens for Port Vale. 35 is your 35 is also your Grimsby. Grimsby comes to this in the relegation spots, but a win for them. They could actually go as high as 19th in the table. Whereas Port Vale coming to this in 17th spot on a moment, and for them they could also go 13th in the table as well. I've gone with a 2-0 win for Port Vale to get them back to winning ways to put Grimsby in a bit of bother as well. Next up we have Salford taking on Colchester. Of course, they played each other in the past 2 times, 2 wins out of 2 for Colchester over Salford, including a win last time around in Salford. It was 2-1 win for Colchester back in February 2020. Kiwami Poku and Scotia Callum Harriet as well. Ashley Hunter getting the 1 goal for Salford. Salford coming to this just 1 defeat the past 6. Sorry, 1 defeat the past 5. That 1 defeat was against Leyton Orient on a New Year's Day-ish fixture. On the flip side, without a win in 5, that's Colchester United picking up 2 draws and 3 defeats to boot. Look at the situation out of the bookies on this one then, shall we? We have Salford 5-4 on for the W. 5-2 is your draw. 7-2 is your Colchester. Colchester coming to this in 12th and over them. They could go in 10th in the table. Salford coming to this in 8th and over them. They could go 4th in the league. That's just outside the top 3 automatic spots on this one. I've gone with Salford the next one, 2-1 win in the end to keep on believing. Next up we have Scunthorpe taking on Barrow, of course. Let's take a close look at this one then. Scunthorpe taking on Barrow. Have they played each other in the past? They have. They played each other 1 time. It's actually been 1 win out of 1 for Scunthorpe. And that, sorry, to turn that, they're not Barrow. Scunthorpe taking on Bradford. I don't know how many times they played each other, but in the last 6, it's been 1 win for Scunthorpe, 2 for Bradford, and 3 draws. Of course, last time out in Scunthorpe was a 1-1 draw back in September 2019 in League 2. Goal scorers: Jamie Ward on the score sheet, Paudie O'Connor as well, Matthew Lund getting himself sent off on this one. Heading into this, Bradford unbeaten in the last 5, bring up 3 wins and 2 draws to boot. On the first side, 2 wins the past 6 games for Scunthorpe, beating Barrow, and of course beating Walsall as well. Look at the situation on the bookies on this one then, shall we? We have Scunthorpe 90-10 for the double 11-5 draw, 29-20, that is Bradford. Bradford on the climb at long last, 18th spot on the table at the moment, unbeaten, and of course 5 games. A win for them, they could go to 14th in the table, where Scunthorpe coming to this in 20th, and win for them, they could also go as high as 15th in the table in the end. I've gone with a draw on this one. Bradford maybe proving hard hard to beat at the moment, but we'll have to see about that one. Southend taking on Barrow, of course. Next up, of course, Southend taking on Barrow. They played each other. No, they've not. They've never played each other in the past. This will be the first time, of course. Heading into this, though, Southend just won the past 5 for them, losing to Leyton Orient on a 29th of 12th. Yet to play in 2021, as neither have Barrow, of course. They come into this 3 games without a defeat, picking up 2 wins and a draw to boot. Of course, look at the situation on the bookies on this one then, shall we? We have Southend 23-10 for the W, 23-10 is also your draw. 65 is your Barrow. On this one, Barrow coming to this in 21st spot win for them. They could go 19th. Southend still rooted to the table and a win for them. They could close in on Grimsby to 1 point. Anything's on the table on this one. Supposedly taking place on Saturday as well. I've gone with a 2-0 for Southend on this one to maybe, just maybe, give themselves the belief that they could climb out of this one. Then, shall we? What else do we have kicking on forward? We do have, in fact, these games are rolling into next week. We have, what do we have? Exeter up against Bolton. Of course, next week we can take a look at this one then, shall we? Exeter up against Bolton, played each other in the past. One time, in fact, and that last time out was a win for Exeter. And of course, that was, I don't know when that was. But heading into this, Exeter have actually just won once of the past 4 games, beating Tranmere on the midway through the month of December. Of course, yet to play in 2021. Meanwhile, Bolton coming to this, just 1 win the past 5 for them. And also, that one was against Cheltenham midway through the month of December. They're also they have actually played in 2021, but they have yet to get a win. Of course, no bookies on this one. I don't know if or when this game goes ahead, but I'm going to go with it. I'm going to talk about it and put you in the table. Of course, Bolton coming to this in 50th spot, but a win for them. They could go 12th in the table, whereas Exeter coming to this in 10th, and a win for them. They could go from 10th all the way up to as high as 5th in the table. I've gone with on this one Exeter, supposedly taking place on the 12th, which is Tuesday. We'll have to see about that. What else do we have on the 13th of Jan? Will be Oldham up against Mansfield. Let's take a close look at this one then, shall we? This is where it's very messy. It is very, very Lionel Messi. Anyway, Oldham taking on Mansfield, of course. Played each other in the past. How many times? Of course, according to my knowledge, they played each other 4 times. No, they haven't. They've played each other 18 times. 11 wins for Oldham, 3 wins for Mansfield, and 4 draws, of course. But the last 63 wins for Oldham, 2 wins for Mansfield, and 1 draw. Last time in Oldham was a 3-1 win for Oldham back in January 2020. 2020, that was last season. Johnny Smith, Thomas Hammer, and Giovanni Numacomno on the score sheet with Otis Khan on the score sheet for Mansfield. Mansfield coming to this without a defeat in 3, picking up 2 wins and a draw to boot. Meanwhile, Oldham just 1 defeat the past 4. Sorry, 1 win the past 4 games for them. That 1 win was against Newport. 6-goal thriller, 4-2 win for them as well. Of course, no bookies odds on this one. Of course, Oldham coming to this in 14th spot at the moment, but a win for them. They could go from 14th all the way up to 11th. Whereas Mansfield, of course, playing also against Salford this week, win for them. They could go from 19th, potentially with back-to-back wins. They could go as high as 12th in the table and could maybe even kickstart a playoff push for themselves. I've gone with on this one 2-1 for Oldham though in the bloody end. So then these games kick on forward to the 19th. Now this is where it all getting messy, all getting very, very messy. I'm trying to keep up the heat. So this is actually jumping forward a bunch. This is actually skipping a match week. So I don't know what to do about this. I think we'll probably end it right here. I'm not going to do these ones here, so we're going to skip all those guys out, and then we'll bring these back next time. So we'll skip on that for the time being. And if I'm right, if you're very good at maths, you will be able to figure out what I predicted in the other ones. I'm not going to change it, but of course Carlisle will be leading the top of the pops with Newport County and Cambridge. Your third place first team at the moment, Grimsby Southend going down. And that's all I've got for you today. Of course, be sure to get your picks in for those games that we talked about, and nothing more, nothing less. And we'll be back again, of course, for the next round of matches whenever they come around, of course. And that's it, my friends. Hopefully you enjoy this one, a bit of a catch up and all that kind of stuff. But until then, though, be sure to get the predictions in nice and early. Smash the thumbs up, smash subscribe, of course. Check out the links down below. Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, they're all in there. But of course, the special one, if you want to become the next brother of another mother, you could become the next member of the Patreon gang. Check out the link down below, patreon.com/Roverseas. But until then, though, I am out of here. Until then, play safe, mask up, and stay indoors.